Hey, it's PVSB with the CPG guys. You know, we talk a lot about this on the show. For CPG marketers today, it's not just about reaching consumers. It's about connecting with them meaningfully at every touch point. Here's the reality. Shopping isn't just an event anymore. It's woven into daily life. And with consumers spending over 90 minutes streaming content daily, entertainment has become central to the shopping journey. Amazon Ads unifies commerce, entertainment, and open internet to reach 86% of U.S. households, turning trillions of consumer signals into powerful results, both on and beyond Amazon. So visit advertising.amazon.com to learn more. Hello and welcome to the CPG Guys podcast, set at the intersection of commerce and tech. Your hosts, Sri Rajagopalan and Peter V.S. Bond, explore how brands and retailers engage consumers in a digitally driven world. And now, here are the CPG Guys. Hello and welcome to the CPG Guys podcast. I am your incorrigible co-host, PVSB, when I'm not podcasting. I am leading industry and client engagement for Flywheel, the commerce acceleration division of Omnicom. I'm joined as always by my BFF. He is the CRO of Think Blue Consulting. He is the patriarch of the Raj family media empire, guiding the careers of his daughters Lara and Rhea. His sidekick in that pursuit is his wife Kavita, who runs her own podcast, Lights, Camera, Conversation. And when he's not doing that amount of work, he's also looking after his 3 cats and his dog. Still can't stop laughing about that. Of course, I'm talking about my ride or die, my BFF, the man known as Sri. Sri, this is the second of our episodes with Dollar General. I'm really excited about this. How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm doing awesome here in Nashville. It's a lot of fun. 2 of 2. Can't wait because we already talked about the Hall of Values, but now we're actually going to get in store. And
I know.
Walk the whole store.
We're not just walking the store. After the episode ended, Sri, we went shopping in the store.
That's correct.
By the way, my daughter loved the donut and unicorn sponges I brought back for her. She used them.
Why wouldn't she, Peter?
She used them and she took a bath last night and used them straight up. She loved it. But here's what we're doing. I'll just say to our audience, make sure you're following us on your preferred podcast platform. If it's Apple or Spotify, do me a favor, click follow, because that way you'll get new episodes right into your app as soon as they're released. But also give us a rating. Ratings mean that our podcast is more findable by industry contemporaries who want to be educated and entertained. So please do leave us a rating and write a review too, because we want to hear from you. We want to know what's relevant to you. But today's episode involved a store visit. We went to a Dollar General market, DJ Market, which is their format for a full grocery shop. And it includes a fairly wide variety of fresh products. But meeting us at the store was Alan Warch. He's the vice president of merchandising for fresh food and grocery. And he wanted to share with us what makes DG Market so special and why it is growing at a very accelerating rate. Up to 7,000 door fronts now have the DG Market platform. And think about that. 7,000. That is larger than just about every other chain of retailers in the United States, save for maybe the drug chains, you know? And at one point he meant, there were some great references. I think Angela Martin said to us that, they have a pop shop store that has more actual locations than most mid-sized retail chains. But it's a really solid conversation. Alan was so kind to walk us through the store and help us understand Dollar General's commitment to helping make fresh groceries, available and affordable to so much of America's population. So sit back, relax. Sri and I will join you on the back end of this conversation to give you our takeaways from it. So here we go. Hey everybody, it's the CPG guys. We're down in Tennessee and we are at a Dollar General market. We are so pleased to be joined by Alan Warch. Alan is the Vice President of Food and Fresh Merchandising at Dollar General. Alan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. So glad to be here and so glad to join you guys.
This is awesome. Thank you to Dollar General Corporate Communications for having us. Thank you to you for walking us through a Dollar General market. So I'm excited to be here, but tell us what to expect as we walk through the store.
Well, what you're going to see is a play on our general store, but in a bold way. And where you'll see that boldness is in areas like behind us in our health and beauty expansion, more space for things that our customers are looking for. But as you go around the store, you're going to find expansion in lots of areas like our fresh foods, frozen foods, dairy, as well as center store grocery areas, and a whole lot more.
By the way, for those watching, this is very inviting.
Well, we're very proud of it.
And I should ask, it's important to have the assortment you have here because in many markets, Dollar General is the only player in town. And having the ability to do a full grocery shop and live your life is very important for this format, yes?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we are not a traditional grocer by any means.
No.
I like to say we're America's general store.
Yeah.
If you think about history back long ago, how important general stores were to local communities.
Yeah.
And we operate in markets where either larger retailers have chosen not to serve or just simply can't reach.
Sure.
So, our importance to the community, we know it and we respect it and we do our best to help them in their needs, whether it's in food purchases or general merchandise purchases.
All right. Well, we're going to let you take us along. We'll ask you questions as we're going. So please lean on.
All right. Great.
Okay.
Thanks. So in this space, as I mentioned, you see a much more expanded offer within our health and beauty care. And throughout this offer, you'll see national brands, but you also see a lot of our private label brands mixed in. And it ranges from, beauty products, makeup products, as well as hygiene products and expansion in hair care and other areas.
Now, when it comes to personal care, especially beauty care, are you covering the full spectrum, like lip liners, eyeliners?
Yeah, I would say that we are very much in tune with the best of what a customer is expecting.
Okay.
Obviously, we are a small box format, but we're pretty mighty within that small box. So most customers will find what they need throughout this assortment.
Any highlights you want to point out here?
Yeah, one of the things we're really proud of is the expansion of e.l.f. Cosmetics, which you see on this end cap. And as you see, it has a full array of not only the different products that you expect, but also the accessories that you want to use for it. So,
and e.l.f. is a brand that's very focused on value, so quite in tune with what Dollar General is trying to deliver to its customers.
Absolutely. I'm very excited about this, and our customers have been very excited about it as well.
Imagine they get a Nashville brand with reach. I'm seeing it here. Must be special.
It's on style and it's on value. Great combination.
Yeah. I want to point out one area over here that is new to this format. When we launched this format, you're hit right when you come in the door with fresh products.
Yes.
And that is a difference from maybe what you've seen in the past with Dollar General. Our Thaw and Sell bakery products right here when you come in the door, it just kind of sets the tone as you go into this main hall of fresh behind it. We have the solutions that you're looking for in all categories within the fresh space.
Now, the downside of this is you let Peter and me on the secret that you're actually carrying.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
We're not going to leave the store without kicking one.
Yeah, I'm a lemon pie fan myself, but the great thing is you look around, whether it's a single grab and go snack or it's a breakfast for tomorrow. Muffins and all sorts of things, cookies over here. So it's a, as I said before, we focus on just really looking at what is the best of the best assortments, all in segments and multiple segments, and trying to offer that to our customer.
And as you walk in, you get hit with this breakfast occasion right here. How excited are your partners, vendors, to be able to participate in this?
Oh, they love our journey. We work with tons of partners across in all of the store. In the fresh space, there's at least 3 or 4 partners that we work with very regularly. But you can believe that once the word got out that we're in this business, definitely knocks at the door.
Is this all DSD?
No, this is brought in through a partnership with Spartan Nash.
Okay.
It's brought in and it's Thaw and Sell here at the store.
That's great. Good to know.
And how often do you have to refresh these?
As needed. I mean, it's Thaw and Sell.
Yes, exactly.
That's what the CPG guys want to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I got another one for you, a special one. I see donuts.
So, Shri, I'm just going to tell you right now, this CPG guy is not leaving the store without the
For your
donut
donut.
and the unicorn
guess.
for Nadia. That I've already got that in my mental basket. So we're not leaving till we get those.
I will not let you forget.
No, you will not.
It says beauty for everyone, but this is fabulous.
Brilliant.
It's great. As you go through the aisles here, you'll see destination selling. And what's great about this format is that it really allows us to kind of open up the breadth of destination selling. So we know customers really like to get in and get out of the store. So ease of sales, ease of selling is very important, and ease of taking care of our customers' traffic is very
I'll
important.
look at your assortment here, and I know I can come here to deal with any immediate needs, conditions that I have. I've got a cold. I've got.
Let's talk through what that means.
Yeah, I mean, you've got everything I need from a cough and cold, sleeping. I've got pain medication. I have got acid indigestion, reflux, everything I need here for what I would typically go to maybe a chain drugstore for. I know I'm going to be able to get it at DG Market.
Yeah, and you'll be able to get that. And what's great about this store, you'll be able to get that in a hand of bananas over here as well.
And I can do everything else.
And the chocolate whoopie pie.
And the chocolate whoopie pie. We'll get the whoopie pie.
No.
Now, if you go over and look at this, Dollar General has always been about being
on point for seasons.
And you can see right when you come in, 'tis the season. So our Christmas candy is up right here up front for show. Seasonal relevance is important. Make sure you have the right products is important, and you see this offer here just covers all avenues.
And the value, it screams out either on the product or on the shipper that it came in. You can understand the value proposition you're getting here.
And that's what I think is one of our superpowers as a company. Our whole goal is to serve others. That's our mission. Yep. And serving others comes in lots of ways, right? You think about the ease of shop. A customer comes in and needs to stretch her dollar as best as it can. Yep. It's very easy with pre-pricing all on this. It's very easy to say, okay, I have $20 to spend. I can make those decisions very easily without having to try so hard. So
your price points are structured where they can do that mathematics very easily.
Absolutely.
In their head. They don't have it's 78 cents, it's 42. No, it's like $1, $1.25, $1.50. All points where you can sit there and you know how much you have in your pocket. You can basically do the mental math in your head as you're shopping through the store. It's great.
You know what caught my eye here? The chocolate Santa.
The Rudolphs?
The Rudolphs. $1.25.
It's good value.
Yeah, well absolutely. Thank you.
Well, again, I'm really flattered and impressed by how inviting these shelves are. Can we expect this in any Dollar General market we go to?
There's iterations of our Dollar General market. That we have our Plus market, which is the format you see today. This
is Dollar General Market Plus.
It's DGPM, which is our Dollar General Plus market.
Okay.
We have another iteration of this, which is used for maybe smaller real estate opportunities where you might not have the same amount of square footage that this store offers, and that's our DGMM or mini market. You're going to see the same things. Both of those market stores offer the same things as expanded perishables, produce, meat, as well as expanded offers throughout the store.
I can't wait to get to the categories I come from, which is food and bev. But in the back wall, I see paper goods. Mm-hmm. Everyday needs. Should we walk over there and maybe chat about what you have back there?
Sure.
This looks like a Hall of Fame wall.
Well, I referenced earlier how I think we're America's general store. Mm-hmm. And you think about what that means. And for me, it means the item I need for the occasion I have. Yeah. So if you think about cleaning, or you think about if you're a business and you say you're a cleaning business and you need a one-stop shop to get all the supplies that you need, it really just checks the box no matter what your needs are. And this variety that you see all the way down just shows that we know that that's important to customer. The variety is important, and you'll see all the variety all the way across.
Shri was remarking to me earlier today how he said, "Do you want to know what my local hardware store is? It's Dollar General."
Absolutely.
I told the story to your Cop Accounts team that in my life, I've only acquired my hardware and tools from Dollar General, and I also told them the reason why. Now, walking in here, the CPG guys did not anticipate such a large assortment for paper goods. And you said something very important and special there. You said business, cleaning business. We thought your customer is not a business. It's the everyday consumer. talk to us about the business aspect.
Well, what I would say is we know that we fill lots of needs.
Yeah.
And, the retail landscape and the consumer, it's very eclectic.
Yeah.
And, we operate in markets where many don't. So when you combine all those things together, we kind of know and respect the fact and sign up to the fact that we may be needed for things that maybe other retailers might not be needed for. And, I think the biggest thing for us is that we stay close to the customer and we meet them where they're at, wherever that is, whether it's in satisfying their pantry or it's helping them in a business need that they might have. But it's more importantly, we also stay close to the pulse of the consumer. What are they needing? And you'll see over a year, you'll see expansion and contraction of different categories because the consumer is always changing and we have to change with it. Yeah. I like to say we're always under construction.
So as you make decisions on assortment, obviously this is a big set. Current need state does tell you that from a business standpoint, paper goods is important. This is cleaning in particular.
Absolutely. I mean, we are constantly, and we have an amazing category team that they live in the data, they live in the trends, whether it's third-party data or first-party data. We're constantly examining ways that we can better serve the customer. And, being that we are a smaller box than most retailers are, we have to be really, really diligent in making sure we have the right products that they're looking for.
So you mentioned that being in tune with the changing consumer. So there's one category I want to talk about. It's back on this file. I'd really like you to talk about it. So one of the areas that's very interesting to me is energy drinks. You have a large ambient section here. It really speaks to you being in tune with a younger generation, a consumer, and what they're asking for. So you have a fairly strong assortment in a number of different forms. You have classic energy drinks, but now increasingly the coffee-infused energy solutions. Talk to us about overall your approach to reaching younger consumers in terms of what their eating and drinking habits are.
Well, the evolution is daily, right? I mean, we're in a world where there's multi generations across the scope, and our goal and job is to really dial in the best we can. We have tons of great partners that help supply this category that we work very, very closely with to bring out what's that strategy need and assortment in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year. And then we try to cycle through that. And through optimization abilities that we have within the year between reviews, we can do pull-in plugs and cut-ins and things like that to stay on top of assortments.
So speaking of the assortment planning, the frequency of doing, full category reviews, is it dependent upon the category? Do you have a regular schedule that like every category is going to get one review a year? How do you plan to make decisions about, what's changed and what needs to transpire on the shelf to be more relevant to consumers?
It's really all of the above. We have some categories that have twice a year reviews, some that have once a year reviews, some that have once a year plus a cut-in, scheduled cut-in. The beauty of Dollar General is that we're used to being on our toes, and we have a team that really supports that, so we can action things very quickly. So there are times where we might schedule a cut-in just because the environment's changed, the consumer's changed, and we need to change with it. As you see, we run shelf strips. Where it helps our stores with the stocking and helps our DSD suppliers with the placement. So, the prep and everything that goes behind that to make sure that every one of those strips is accurate, all that's worked into our timelines. And those timelines vary depending on the complexity of the category.
Okay.
Another thing, when we walked past there, I saw Glade candles. I wasn't anticipating Glade candles in a Dollar General.
Well, you'll see tons of cleaning products in our store as well, and even ones at great value.
Is that based on this community, or can we expect it at other stores as well?
You could expect those kind of assortments in other stores.
Okay,
wonderful.
Great.
And then I'm fascinated by I actually want to read out what's on the assortment here for beverages. So I see everything from Dunkin', Starbucks, Red Bull. As I look down here, Rockstar, which we know all too well, the seafood drink. We see number 5 right here.
Celsius, one of the hotter ones.
You got the whole enchilada, man.
Good assortment.
Thank you.
Good
assortment. We're proud of the team and their commitment. There's a passion our category teams have of staying true to the customer, and you can see it in the assortments that we have in all of our aisles.
So tell us about the value section.
So we call this our value valley. And as you see from the big signs on here, everything in this section is just $1. So if you think about that, being Dollar General, a lot of folks look at that dollar part of our name, and the general is really where it's at. But we do also offer that dollar value, of course, and that's the best price point you can have out there. So if you look at the kind of products that we have, like I said, we have cleaning supplies, we have health and beauty supplies.
You get body wash for $1. You get body wash for $1, Sri.
It's not a body wash. That's VO5 right there.
Yeah, it's really the essentials to live your life the best way, and it's a high quality product. I mean, These are brands that you're used to seeing out there. Crest, Colgate, Zest. These are all brands
Glad
that you're used
bags
to.
for $1.
So is there anything unique about this wall other than the price point, of course? I'm assuming anything on the $1 deal here is $1.
Yes.
And then I'm looking at that Colgate Sparkling White. Is it only available here? You can't find that product anywhere else in the country?
We do work with suppliers in various categories where, through economies of scale, we're able to offer a product that maybe others can't.
Okay.
It's really, I think the number one priority for us is to make sure that we have what our customer needs, and then it's also how do they need it.
Yeah. So one of the things is we talk to your vendors, manufacturers repeatedly of the CPG guys.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them talk about a loss of household penetration. Here's one way. You've offered for $1 here, drive
trial.
Drive trial, bring them back, lapsed household. Here's the answer right here. And I'm looking at the rich
Sri, I know where I'm going for my stocking stuffers this year.
I don't know.
I'm going to this value.
I have to inform our corporate communications team. I'll be spending some extra time at this.
Yeah, we're gonna be leaving here later.
It's not just a conversation on the podcast.
Yeah.
It becomes a trip mission.
There we go.
Well, we're glad to have you. So come on in.
This is incredible, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we're going to now a different part of the store. I see beverages
and food
and refrigerated.
Yeah, so over here we can look at our center store food offers, which you'll find in these couple aisles, and then I'll take you through the perishable offers.
Okay.
Over the years,
I wonder who makes these.
That's right.
Yes.
Over the years, Dollar General has really evolved in this space. Categories like cereal. There was a time, probably many years ago, where this section was 4 to 8 foot max.
Okay.
And you look, and now it's in total, it's 12 feet of box cereal and a 4 foot section of some bags and some convenience cups ready to consume. And then we break into cereal bars and other things. So we think about breakfast, the breakfast offer. It's a massive amount of footage that's been dedicated to it, and it's one of our top categories.
Yep.
What we're real proud of is the expansion here, and our category team's done an amazing job. Being smart about how we can get more for the consumer.
Yeah.
We added shelves here last year to be able to bring in more offers here in the cup space. This is a category that our customer has told us through our data that they really appreciate this as a convenience and a value. So the using the space and maximizing the space is definitely a key part of delivering what we're trying to, which is make sure we have everything for everybody.
I'll tell you that I was fortunate to be part of the team that was able to bring cups to you guys from General Mills, as well as back up there the large size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the large size
didn't exist, and hopefully someday they'll get their stab at bringing bags as well.
And then you go
values. That's a very important one.
That category, that segment of the category has expanded over the years for sure. And this is another area that's expanded too, because convenience, as we know in the industry, has been an expansion point for many, many years.
Yep.
But we're talking about bars.
Yes, absolutely. Bars. And you're rushed. You gotta get the kids off to school in the morning. You want to plan a healthy breakfast with the time that you've got. These are options along with the rest of the offer that we can provide. And you see assortments in here that you'll see in the main brands like Nature Valley, Nutri-Grain. Those are brands you're going to expect to see at any retailer that sells food.
But I'm also impressed by your packaging. I see right there, toaster pastries on Clover Valley. Tell us about Clover Valley.
Well, Clover Valley is a brand that we love. It is our private label brand within our food department. And, the Clover Valley brand is a national brand equivalent. So we cut it against all the best of the best in the industry and make sure that the recipes and the ingredients are up to that par level.
Yep.
If not better. So, we have a commitment to our consumers that when they purchase a Clover Valley product, that they will be satisfied. But we also, make it a point that we want that to be the best experience so they know where to come back and see that on our shelves again.
Now, am I getting this right? That as I look through the packaging for your private brands, everything looks refreshed and new and attractive. Is that true? Last year, there's been a makeover for the packaging?
Well, we look at our packaging all the time.
All the time?
All the
Okay.
time. It's a continuous cycle.
Okay.
Obviously, we want to stay up to date so that our consumers can see that pop off the shelf. And I think, and as you see, the value here just speaks for itself. I mean, 2 for $2, $1.25 or 2 for $2. That is a deal. That is a deal, and we're very proud of the deals that we're able to offer at Flavor Valley.
It's serving others.
Dollar General is super important. Value is super important. It's one of our key focus areas.
One of the biggest trends in food these days is flavor profiles.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing says flavor profiles more than seasoning. You have a 4-foot section on seasoning that allows consumers, because they'd have to go to a traditional grocery store if you didn't offer this. This allows them it's a critical component of creating a meal experience for a family. Yes?
Absolutely. If you think about the expansion of a food offer over time, you can't just give them the side and not the center of the plate. Or you can't give them the center of the plate and not the side. That doesn't really solve the problem.
That would be a tease.
That would be a tease.
Yeah.
And again, we're committed to solving problems. If there's a problem of accessibility, where Dollar General is the only option you might have in a town, we have to respect the fact that we got to deliver to all of the needs. So assortments may be a little bit more reduced than what they might find in larger retailers, but as you can see in this text, we've done a pretty good job of making sure we dial into the must-haves.
Yeah,
The essentials, the salt and pepper, the Lowry's seasoning, the chili packets, the taco, everything that you need.
Onion powder, everything. It's all
absolutely. And it's this. You'll see examples like this throughout the store where you'll see some sets that might be a little bit smaller, some are bigger, but you'll see that all the segments are represented. We can help a customer fill up a basket versus a fill-in.
So I see cake mixes. I see General Mills has done a pretty good job of getting all the Betty Crocker stuff in here. That's post my time. Talk to us about how important baking is to you guys.
Well, this time of year, it's super important.
Yeah. Expanded contract, timing of the year?
Obviously, categories ebb and flow. Seasonalities are important as we are approaching. So the season's important right now. We're in the fall going into the holiday selling season. A lot of folks are going to be doing baking and cooking at home, getting ready for the family to come over. So when you look at our sets, we obviously have the basics like the cake mixes and icings, but then expanded assortments on brownies, Jell-O, oils, all the things that an essential baker needs to get the holidays complete. But what's really cool is that we have this season tons of great promotions. And we're really excited about the $5 off 15 promotion that we're running through the holidays.
How long are you on that?
That's through the holidays into December. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And so this being such an important category, are you flexing more resources, watching it more closer, given that this is probably one of the single most important categories?
Absolutely. You have to respect that the family holiday is one of the most important things for that household. That's when they see people they haven't seen for a while. That's when emotions are at their rawest.
That's why I dread the holidays.
So we have a responsibility to take care of those needs the best we absolutely can. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I see great coffee assortment as well. And again, I'm looking at Peter, check this out, right?
Yep.
Look at the packaging.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's showing off the beans. It's a good cup of coffee. Yeah.
And if you look at the color combinations that we use, it's all about the subtleties about being simple and helping our customer navigate. Okay. So all of our flavors in our Clover Valley pods are all different color coded for the flavors, so they can come in, easily see the brand that they want or the flavor that they want.
You get familiar, it becomes habitual, and that's the brand they just reach for the box.
Here's one I've never seen before in coffee. This is probably serves a certain segment.
Toasted coconut.
Right? Toasted coconut.
There you go.
Absolutely. So the perishable fresh space is an area that over the last 10 years, Dollar General has really expanded upon. So you'll see in here, there's destinations and as the doors progress. And here we're in a plus market. So there's an expanded footprint. Most of our Dollar Generals have refrigerated dairy and deli items. Here you'll see a little bit of expanded assortments, a little bit more doors. But again, very similar story as what you see in Center Store. Pretty much, if there's a segment that you're looking to shop, we're going to see it in this assortment. From cheeses to deli meats to eggs, bacon, all those types of categories that you would expect to see in a grocer.
And the signage on your doors also emphasize the fact that you are friendly for SNAP and EBT payment mechanism.
Absolutely.
Great.
And this looks like a 64 feet assortment.
Yeah, and there's some more cases down the main hall there for the frozen space.
So for your customer and for our audience is at this special market we're at right now, plus market, is 64 or more what they should expect?
Yes, this is about the same amount of door counts that you should expect. There's always going to be some variance depending on some of the variations of blueprint.
Average.
Yeah, this is about the average, and we're always evolving. Like I said, we have our hard hats on all the time. We are always under construction, looking for ways to dial in the offer for our customers.
One impressive thing that I'm seeing here in the refrigerated section, primarily cheese and dairy here, is you can fulfill a whole pantry need for that section right here. And you can do it fast, easy. Am I wrong?
Oh, absolutely.
All the meat states here for dairy and cheese right here.
Well, we passed, when we looked at the spice section, we have our taco seasoning. Well, you can come over here and get the cheese that's needed for tacos. In the aisle over by the bread, you can get the tortilla shells. Okay. And then down here, you can get the ground beef, and you can have the whole taco dinner instantly.
Since you mentioned that, how do you show the consumer, demonstrate to the consumer they can assemble it for taco dinner? You run a promotional activity of some sort that says, hey, build your taco dinner here. How do they know?
Well, we feature that a lot in our ads. When you look at our advertisements that go out, you'll see blocks that kind of give some inspiration. We block our ads up where this is, breakfast themed items, and here are meal solutions for you. We do a lot of work to try to make sure that we communicate those opportunities in our stores. And it does very well. We have a great promotion where you can buy a frozen pizza and a Pepsi as a combination. Where you get a frozen pizza,
meal occasions for family,
get a large frozen pizza and get a free Pepsi. So those are types of things that we try to do to make it simpler, because our customers, they require us, they need us for value, but they also really need just help in their life, and that's what we try to do both.
We are working. The CPG guys do a lot with Dollar General Media Network. In fact, for those listening, we're going to be hosting a dinner together at CES. For those listening in, if you're a brand, feel free to chime in. Which reminds me, as I think through assortment, as I think through the dairy occasion, and I think of promotional activity, digital comes to mind. Mm-hmm. Digital, every time I talk to somebody from Dollar General, they talk about the importance of digital. Tell us what that word means to you, and is that now your primary communication vehicle to your customers?
Well, we are definitely committed to the digital landscape. You can see that in, if you have our app, just going through and seeing, the value that comes out of the app. Not only to just look at the products and the typical interaction you would have with a retailer app, but just the savings that you can get. And we apply digital coupons, we apply special offers, special deals and promotions through our digital platform. But we still run our typical TPRs, and we still run our weekly ads. So it's really a 360 approach. I mean,
consumers
at the end of the day,
of any digital prowess, expert to novice, can make sure they save money at Dollar General.
Absolutely. My grandfather called me the other day. He lives in Gallatin, Tennessee, and he went into one of our newer remodeled stores right down the street from his house. He called me up, and this is a retired meat cutter of 60 years. Okay. So he knows the grocery business. Yeah. He called me up and said, I was just in that new store, and I loved it. And I spent way more than I thought I would because it had everything I needed.
There you go.
And I said, all right, Pop, thanks.
That is awesome. So the TPRs you referred to for our audience, temporary price reductions, are those primarily found in store, or are they found on the flyers?
The TPRs are found, it's everywhere. We have sometimes you'll come in and be surprised and delighted about the value you'll find in the set. Okay. And sometimes you'll see it on our feature, whether it's front page or in interior pages, or as a digital offer. It really is a full 360 approach to make sure we bring as much value to our consumer as possible.
Okay. We started this conversation, and I mentioned I always come to a Dollar General to get my hardware. As I walk the aisles and I look at the values, that's going to expand into a more important food trip mission.
Well, you can bake a cake right there. So why don't you go ahead and next time I see you, I expect to some baked goods.
We'll do one better. We'll feature it on the CPG guys. Bought at Dollar General. How about that?
Absolutely. Okay, as we come back up towards the middle of the store here, you can see on both sides, this is our frozen offer. Again, very similar conversations as throughout the store. When you think about a category like frozen, you think of all the little segments that
day
underpin
parts,
that.
breakfast,
Absolutely.
dessert.
So
meals,
from
sides.
novelties to ice cream, single serve, as well as multi-serve ice creams, then into frozen vegetables, frozen potatoes, frozen entrees. It's basically the full assortment of need states.
I'm looking at the ice cream assortment over here. I see a lot of premium as well over here. I'm looking at, if I look through, you've got Haagen-Dazs up there. You've got the food bar, which are one by food bar up there. There's the much larger back sizes. I didn't expect to see such a large assortment in premium. What's driving the premium here? So clearly there's a customer for premium.
Well, our job is to listen to our customer in the assortment. Obviously, we know that we have a customer from all walks of life, whether financial or just all throughout the different areas of the country.
We pulled into the parking lot. We saw a Porsche and a Cadillac parked in the parking lot.
That's the first thing Peter made me know.
I said, this tells you that everybody wants to save.
Oh, absolutely. Saving goes across
It's universal, all income
yes,
brackets.
Absolutely. And and at the end of the day, the brands that people want is what we're going to go after.
Yeah.
But we still have to own the fact that we need to deliver value.
Yeah.
So it's not one or the other, it's both.
It's both.
Fascinating. Every time I walk in a Dollar General, I learn something new. As we walk through this frozen refrigerated section, we were very back there. Now we're in the frozen section. I'm really impressed by a choice. Me being a vegetarian, this part is very important to me. And I can see it's a great selection right here across the board for meals.
How does data drive your assortment decision for this? Like Sri mentioned, I'm a vegetarian. He's not the only one. There are other people that are gluten-free. How does that play into making sure that you've got the right coverage for your food assortment?
It's very important. Keeping a finger on the pulse of consumer needs is you have to have the data to do that. We partner with Nielsen and other data sources. We partner with our suppliers, CPGs, who have immense amounts of data to provide and insights, and the collection of all those pieces really drive everything we do. A great example, we looked earlier about, with all of the assortment over in the ambient space for drinks and energy drinks. But we also know that we play a part in that convenience customer.
Immediate consumption.
Yeah, there's a customer that's off for lunch and needs to come in and get a quick bite, and there's offers within here that they need to have a beverage that's cold, ready to go. We know through our data that is an important aspect of our store and something that we need to satisfy.
You mentioned partnership with Nielsen, and is it a partnership where you just receive the data, or are they actually helping you with insights as well?
Oh, they help us quite a bit with insights. Yes.
Great to know. So you're reacting pretty dynamically in that case.
Absolutely.
Love the beer section here as well, the assortment. I'm just fascinated by how inviting these aisles are.
And Sri, we've talked a lot about frozen, how it provides, what I call the perimeter of the plate, right? The sides, the dessert. Here we have a section that's clearly focused on the center of the plate. Yep. It's fresh protein.
Talk to us about the center of the plate, please.
Yeah, so in a market store, this is what you're really going to see that really pops out other than just expanded sets and assortments, but meat and produce offer is what you would find. And this is our meat set that you would find in most of our market locations. And as you see, it's got all of the key proteins, right? So chicken, pork, beef, grinds, and versions within. We also carry sausage products. And one of the things we did last year was, other than just the base proteins, we saw a demand for convenience, right? Because some people go through the day and don't know what's for dinner. They don't know what I'm going to do for dinner, and Dollar General might be a stop on the way home. So we started to expand offers that are either fresh sides that accompany these products or versions of, like the fajita chicken that's already cooked and prepared. So this is really more of equally as much of a meat offer as it's really a what's for dinner offer.
Now I'm tempted to ask you, after walking through many of these aisles, when can we expect more Dollar General Plus markets in Southern California?
He's ready to go.
I'll let the market planning team know.
We need to save as well.
All right. So I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about get your fruits and vegetables. And you got them here.
We do have them. This is our refrigerated portion. We have an ambient portion and a refrigerated portion of our fresh produce offer. And, I feel like a broken record. It's the segments that you would expect to find in the offer, right? The best of the best.
Strawberries, carrots, peas, grapes.
We know what the top.
But you even have salads ready to go. Ready to eat salads.
And these products, when you think about that convenience, what's for dinner tonight? You come in, and within 5 minutes, you can get a full array of the center of the plate, the sides, and beverages, all like that.
Time is money.
Absolutely. So really proud of this offer and how it's expanded. We have over 7,000 stores right now that have produce.
Yep.
And that makes us the largest
And you're
retailer.
ahead of plan on that, aren't you?
We're doing pretty well.
I want to do this again. So 7,000 stores, you have produce, which makes you?
The nation's largest produce retailer per points of distribution, which we're very proud to say, and the expansion continues.
And you're ahead of schedule on that, from what we understand.
We're doing pretty well.
That's great.
Let's look at the ambient section as well in produce here. So you carry vegetables here. You got the basics on
You can't be in produce if you don't have bananas.
That is correct.
That's the critical.
It's the key categories you'd expect: tomatoes, bananas. We have varieties of onions, and then there's some convenience areas too. So if you need some jar garlic, or you need some fruit squeeze, lemon lime juice.
Yes.
There's little extras just to help make that convenient offer.
Again, part of an important component of making the full meal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, Peter, my stark observation walking through is save time. Right?
Yep.
You want to get that pantry basket, quick loading, even a full pantry trip, you can do it fast here. And two types of values, right? Number one, the actual value, price points, things of that nature, but more importantly, you can be in and out here very fast.
Convenience.
And still walk away. Is that fair to say a full pantry trip?
Oh, absolutely.
Pantry loading?
Absolutely.
For the household? That's incredible.
Yeah.
What are we not
And those tools that you keep shopping for.
That's lifelong.
He likes his little micro screwdrivers.
It's not going to change at this point. It's to be Dollar General. But what I saw here, it can be so much more.
Absolutely. We're constantly evolving. We were, like I said before, we're always under construction, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
The customer is always changing. We need to change with her. We meet her where she is. And, whether it's a customer that just needs convenience on the way home, or it's a customer that needs to stretch that dollar the best as she can, I think that we check the boxes for that, and we strive to do that every day.
What do we not see?
Yeah, I think you can kind of come in and see some of our
now we're going to the general
non-consumable areas.
Still seasonally focused, everything you need for the holidays.
Well, Dollar General is well known to surprise and delight consumers in the non-consumable space.
Yeah.
So whether it's holiday decor or just getting those things like the stocking stuffers or the things in the holidays.
Yeah.
So as you go through, we're seasonally relevant. We have an amazing offer of home decor items that are right there in your face, very easy, welcoming. And then as you go through our aisles, all those Christmas and holiday needs that you'd be looking for: wrapping paper, all the ornaments, anything. And customers can trust us that we're going to have this offer, every year.
This is the component of Dollar General historically that your consumers have come to know and expect, and you've built integrity in terms of you're going to deliver them good quality at a good value.
Absolutely. Yeah. And similar to other areas of the store, the value just shouts out, whether it's on your free price on packages,
right.
In display cartons. Very easy to shop, and you can come and meander and be surprised.
Dolly, that's a familiar name around these parts. Can you tell us about Dolly?
She's kind of a big deal in these parts. Yeah,
kind of a big deal.
We're really excited about the partnerships that we have throughout our business. Dolly Parton has been a great partner of Dollar General. We've launched a lot of different brands and products under her brand. And as you see here, this is a whole home decor offer for the holidays. And obviously, who doesn't love Dolly? So this has been a great partnership with her, and we have a lot of partnerships with a lot of folks.
Alan Warch, this has been a great walkthrough of the store. You shared with us what the DG market is all about, the expanded food section, how it helps people not only with their non-consumable products, but clearly the consumable products that lets them live their lives, and does so with affordability being a key theme in our lexicon this day and age. So, Sri and I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to walk us through the GG market.
Oh, we loved having you here, and definitely come back and see us.
All right. This was incredible. So thank you again for the store tour. I'd love to know you, the person. How long have you been with Dollar General?
A little over 3 years now.
3 years. What were you doing prior to that?
I've been in the grocery retail business my whole life, since I was 14, stocking shelves at Shoppers Food Warehouse in Maryland, where I'm from.
Peter's from retail. I'm from CPG, 30 years myself. What brought you to Dollar General?
I think more than anything, it's the mission. I've always been a retailer that led from the heart. Being in various stores, seeing the impact that being a good, solid, dependable retailer in a community, the impact that has on families and the impact that has on the community. And that really is what Dollar General is about. That coupled with an amazing team, from our executive team up through our store operations team, everybody's marching at the same beat to do good and to try to help our customers. And anytime you get to go to work and feel good about that, I think that's a win.
Have fun. All right.
It's there's a big quote right at the entrance to headquarters which talks about having fun.
Yeah.
Mondays, all of values, and developing a person by ensuring that they have fun at what they do. So I'd love to ask you about your leadership principles as we wrap up here.
Sure. I believe that we all play a part, a 360 approach for, our up and coming, leaders to the business. We have to be students as much as teachers, because there's a lot to learn. And I kind of live my life by the golden rule with myself and with my team. And we've all come up through the years, and we've learned what great habits to have and what things we might not want to repeat.
Right.
And I just try to remember those things, remember where you come from, and apply those, and hopefully leave their lives as emerging leaders, as well as the business that you're responsible for, in a better spot when you're gone versus when you came in.
I'm fascinated by how welcoming and inviting the shelves are, the assortment. The holiday assortment is incredible. It's pleasing, values, time-saving. Thank you for doing this with us. We do appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Okay, Sri. What a solid conversation we had with Alan Warch walking through Dollar General's DG Market store. It was about 15 minutes from corporate headquarters. What are your big takeaways from our store walk?
I'll tell you, man, I wasn't fully aware, this journey was beginning when I was with General Mills. It's been a year and a half. They really wanted to move in fast and quick into fresh, as well as truly expand their grocery assortment, being a value player. A lot of that basket was getting filled with beauty and personal care items and household cleaning items. Now they're offering a choice for the shopper who's in a hurry and needs convenience, whether in store. One of the most important things Dollar General can offer you is that capability to be in and out pretty quickly with a fast checkout experience. And I think seeing the expansion and seeing the assortment, which is actually available on the shelf, was quite a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, Sri, for me, what really resonated was the fact that DG Market appeals to everyone of every economic class. When we pulled into the parking lot, what did I notice first? It wasn't the DG Market. It was the fact that there was a Cadillac SUV and a Porsche sedan parked prominently in the lot. People of all economic conditions want to save money, and the high quality of the product that was in the store makes it very appealing. Don't think that just because it's DG Market that you're not seeing big name brands and high quality products. It absolutely was there. So what a great experience. So grateful to, again, Brooks Degeman from Corporate Comms for arranging this, and Alan Warch from merchandising for actually taking the time to walk the CPG guys through a very impressive store format. And I did enjoy taking my goodie bag home too. And Sri, I forgot to mention, we didn't talk about this, but Angela gave us some of the yellow sunglasses. I gave my pet, and this is one of their charity programs, but I gave one of my pairs to Nadia, and she wore the glasses today to school. So I felt really happy about that. Sri, as always, thank you very much for joining me on this journey. To our audience, make sure you're following us. And after you're on Apple or Spotify, make sure you leave us a rating, and of course, follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course on TikTok, where Sri is now exceeding 150,000 followers. Papa Raj himself. All right, everybody. Thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to speaking with you. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We look forward to speaking with you on the next episode of the CPG Guys podcast. Goodbye. The content in this podcast episode is provided for general informational purposes only. By listening to our episode, you understand that no information contained in this episode should be construed as advice from CPG Guys LLC or the individual author, hosts, or guests, nor is it intended to be a substitute for research on any subject matter. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by CPG Guys LLC. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. The views expressed by CPG Guys LLC do not represent the views of their employers or the entity they represent. CPG Guys LLC expressly disclaims any and all liability or responsibility for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, consequential, or other damages arising out of any individual's use of, reference to, or inability to use this podcast or the information we present in this podcast.